This is the TateOnChain podcast. I'm your host, Tate, and today I have the pleasure of diving into the world's first real-time crypto trading game built on Hedera with their founder, Gary. Gary, how you doing today?
Pretty good, and thank you for inviting me on the show, Tate.
Of course, it's a true honor as you are a new product being developed on Hedera Hashgraph's network. And my first question to you, Gary, would simply be, what inspired you to create TradeGames.app?
Right. So I've been a kind of a member of the Hedera community for a long time. I've moderated and still do moderate a couple of the Telegram channels,
Nice.
one of them being a trading channel. And for a long time, like most H barbarians, you want to get more involved. And I've been thinking for a long time, what can I do to try and add value, not just to the community, but to the network as
Yeah,
well? Well, being part of the um, HBAR trading group, it kind of dawned on me a while ago because people are always arguing about, who's trading the bears, who's making the most money, who's losing money, where the price of HBAR is going to go, and this goes for every crypto community,
of
I'm
course.
sure. And I've historically I've been a trader. I do trade, I swing trade crypto, and so that the concept of the game kind of came to me as something that I could do um, and develop. So that was the core reason for the game, and I felt like anyone that owns crypto, they've probably bought it on an exchange. So what I tried to do is create the look and feel of a real exchange, but
Sure.
everything is in a simulated trading environment. So nobody actually loses money, but they can compete against each other in tournaments or in private games. If someone wants to challenge somebody and do it all online. And the key for me was having every trade that's made on this platform be an HCS transaction, so it adds value to the network.
Yeah.
So I had a dual goal, really, is trying to get the community together, try and grow the community, because as part of the platform, even though we're in beta right now, what we'll do is have trading tournaments for multiple different coins, not just HBAR. So try and bring in other community members from different coins, and have them trade on the platform and give them a kind of a soft sell of the Hedera platform, because as they make trades, they actually see their transaction hashed to the ledger in real
Wow.
time. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. And so that's kind of the concept behind it. That's why I
Sure.
designed it. But as I say, we're in beta version right now. Everything's fairly basic, but we've got our first tournament underway, which is a surprise HBAR trading tournament.
Yeah.
And some guys are actually doing really well, even though the price of HBAR hasn't done much in the last couple of days. Some of these guys are up over 10% with their
Nice.
trading, and they're putting through a decent amount of volume as well. We started 9 a.m. Monday morning, so we've been going 2 days, and even though we've only got a handful of players playing right now, we've got over 500 HCS transactions have been submitted to the Hedera network. So
Very
everyone's adding value, however they're trading. It's all simulated, but hopefully everyone's having fun doing the trading, and they can feel like they're adding value to the network as well.
Very exciting. So, what's your background like, Gary? I know you've already mentioned you are a trader yourself, but what else do you do besides trading?
Yes, right. So historically, you can tell I'm from England from the accent. I was a chartered accountant in the UK. Grew up in the UK, but got in. So I was auditing basically as an accountant. So I love getting into numbers. Always been a numbers person. Always been a fan of trading stocks when I was younger. Crypto these days, and but really worked in the insurance industry, believe it or not, for a very long time. So with Hedera, I was trying to think of something, write a huge paper on how we could leverage Hedera in the insurance industry, which you absolutely can. But it's a huge task to do that, and
Yeah.
it was like with working, I'd never got round to it. So I actually just retired a few months ago, and I thought, well, let's just do something quick and easy and try and get something out to the community, because the key right now is really trying to grow our Hedera community.
Of
We have a
course.
great community, really smart people. They know
Indeed.
what they're doing, but it's not growing. The retail community isn't growing as fast as it really should be. So I wanted to try and do something quick and easy to help encourage retail crypto enthusiasts to come over and find out about Hedera. Just play a simple game, hopefully win some money. And I should have mentioned we're giving away 10,000 H bar every week in tournament prizes, and all the tournaments are free to enter. All you need is a game credit token, which is we've issued as GCT. We're airdropping those. You can get them for free on the site.
Very cool.
Um, yeah, and just play the game and hopefully win some money.
So it's more or less a gamified paper trading sort of game.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Because when you look at who's building on Hedera and some of the games that have been built on Hedera, there's some fantastic games being built,
Yeah,
and they're huge games, and they're going to take years to really come to fruition. What
definitely.
I wanted to try and do is get something out there quickly, um, in a format that people are somewhat familiar with, because everyone's gone onto an exchange to buy or sell their crypto, so it looks like a crypto exchange. We are getting a real-time feed of data from Binance, so it's real-time prices, but then you have
Good.
a little leaderboard as well. So as you make your trades, your portfolio is immediately updated. And I say immediately, 3 to 5 seconds for that
Yeah,
consensus to be reached, and then you see that on your position on the leaderboard as the prices are updated every few seconds. So it's kind of gamified, simulated trading. You can win prizes, you can't lose anything. The worst case scenario is you spend your game credit tokens and you're adding HCS transactions to the network. So nobody loses.
of course. That's a very cool process, and it's a really cool idea as well. So I applaud you on that. Can you walk me through the typical user experience on Trade Games app, and from signing up to participating in a trading game?
Yeah. So yeah, signing up I think is the biggest challenge,
Okay.
because you do have to have right now for our beta version a hashpack wallet. And there's always like a hesitancy, I think, with people connecting their wallets to an app. So what
Yeah.
I would recommend personally is go and set up a new hashpack wallet. Drop 1 or 2 H bar in it just to pay for that token association fee, which is in tiny bars. Connect your wallet. If you join our BTC trading tournament, which starts on Monday, we automatically give you 20 GCT into your wallet. So connecting your wallet is the first thing. If you go to our website, which is TradeGames.app, gives you instructions. There's a link there to the Hashpack wallet site, so you can download a wallet if you don't already have one. But that's the key right now for our beta version. Get a Hashpack wallet, connect it to the site. There's a couple of approvals you have to go to through the connection. You have to associate the GCT token. But once you're there, then everything is relatively straightforward. You get your GCT for joining the tournament. You just click a join game button. Those tokens are dropped into your wallet. And then at the start of each game or tournament, you get a countdown clock to when it's going to start. So you know exactly when it's going to start. And you get 10,000 simulated USD in your wallet once the game starts, and then you just trade away. You buy, sell. There's no shorting of the token yet, but you basically trade as much as you want. The cost of each trade is 1 game credit token, and as I say, right now we're in beta. We're giving away as many of those tokens as we can. But yeah, it's just like having a portfolio on a real exchange. The Let's see what else I can explain. Yeah, you can explore. There's not that many games out there right now because we've just launched, but there's an explore games function. You can actually set up your own game against friends or frenemies or the public at large, if you like. You can pick. We've got a choice of like 8 tokens right now. Your big 4 or 5 tokens, and then a couple of meme coins in there. You can set the date for it to start, the date for it to finish. If you want to have a prize pool, you can. If you don't want to have a prize pool, just play for fun. That's fine too. So it's all customizable from a player perspective. So that's what we've got right now for our beta version. as we roll out the main version later in the year, the real benefit I think we want to have is a player rating system, similar to like the chess rating system. It's called the
Sure.
ELO system. So the better you are at chess, um, obviously people you get credit for that. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
people
Yeah.
know whatever you're rated. If I'm rated, 800, you're rated 850. Well, I know you're a better player than me. So, the rating we're going to have on the app is basically going to be based on real trading data on the app. And everything's written to the blockchain here. Well, the Hedera ledger, I call it the blockchain. So it's all auditable. That nobody can say I have X rating, Y rating. Well, you have to prove it, and you can prove it because every trade, every rating is going to basically be on the Hedera ledger. So that's our goal here. So for serious traders that want to compete in the tournaments, do a lot of trades in the tournaments, and try and win. Yeah, you're going to get a higher rating if you win tournaments than if you win player games. Obviously, similar to a chess rating, and you're
Yeah.
going to be up against better players. But that's the long term goal, and it's going to be basically an undeniable rating, provable rating of how good you are as a trader. So if you run a podcast, YouTube channel recommending cryptos and everything, people can ask you, well, what's your rating? Are you a
Definitely.
proven good
Yeah.
trader? So that's where we're really going with this long term. Short term, it's really just to get some transactions on the network, help grow the community. But
Yeah.
long term, we want our rating on the platform to be recognized
Yeah.
as a legitimate rating that people have achieved through actual gameplay in simulated trading tournaments.
It builds more credibility, I'd say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
that's
very
the long
cool.
term.
And it's also more or less like an educational platform at the same time because you're allowing users to go on, spend pretty much nothing to trade, 10,000 upwards of what was it, 50,000 based off what your website said?
Yeah. So yeah, on a player game, you can it really doesn't matter. You can start with
Yeah.
$100 or 50. It's up to 50,000. Yeah, we did
Gotcha.
we had to put a limit on that because we don't want people putting like 100 billion in there
Yeah.
because then
That makes
it
sense.
kind of gets weird for the format and everything. So 50,000 is the highest, but all the tournaments will be 10,000, so people will just
Sure.
get used to that. But yeah, as you say, if you're a beginner trader, just go and set up you can join the tournaments by all means, and have fun, trading away. Because people always argue about the buy and hold strategy versus active trading strategy.
Yeah.
Which one really works best? Well, this will help prove, where you want to be. Crypto assets are volatile assets by their nature.
Indeed.
So I've always believed that you have to embrace the volatility with any token. Now, I'm holding H bar for the long term, obviously, but I do trade around my position, a small amount. I'm swing
Yeah.
trading small amounts with the goal of adding H bar, basically. I've never cashed out anything, or everything I cash out basically goes back into the next trade to increase my H bar holdings. But that's just a personal thing. But on the
Sure.
platform, people can do whatever they want. You can go and buy H bar as soon as the tournament starts and just hold it, and you might get lucky if you catch a big swing early on with the H bar price movement, you could end up winning the tournament. Who knows?
Yeah. 10,000 H bars and not a bad prize, especially if it's given out, you said every week, correct?
Right, yeah, every week. So what we're doing for beta is we're giving 5,000 for the first prize, 3,000 for second, 2,000 for third.
Sure.
As we get more and more players on the app, we'll push those prizes out further, and maybe include some GCT tokens as well. For like, say the top 10 or something. But right
Yeah.
now, 3 players, and I think we've only got 30 players in the first tournament, so
All right.
everyone's got a decent chance of winning
Yeah.
that first prize of 5,000. Yeah,
That's a small amount of people to win a large prize. That's for
yeah,
sure.
exactly.
I know you mentioned so the first tournament was an H bar based tournament. Your second
Yeah,
tournament will be more or less Bitcoin based.
yeah.
The platform allows users to choose from various tokens to trade. How do you select which tokens to include on the platform?
Right. Yeah. So good question. So it's actually relatively easy for us to add additional tokens. Right
Okay.
now, as I said, we've got 8 on there.
Yeah.
If there's demand, we'll probably do a Twitter poll for what the third tournament token should be.
Sure.
I'd probably like to go back to H bar, but we'll
Yeah.
see what the community wants. You got all the mate. You got Solana on there. You've got Dogecoin. I think Shib's on there as well. XRP, ETH's on there. So people can choose. We'll let the community decide. I developed this really for the community, help
Of
grow
course.
the community. So we'll let the community decide which token should be the next one that we trade for the third tournament, which will be in a week and a half, I guess.
And during those tournaments, you're only allowed to trade that specific token. You can't be
Right.
trading
Yeah.
other tokens and
Exactly. Yeah.
participating in said tournament.
Yeah. So for the beta version, right now it's like whatever token we start with, that's the token for that tournament. Once we get the full version, we'll obviously have tournaments where you can trade multiple tokens.
Sure.
So then it really opens up to who really is the best trader, because you've got to pick the token that's
Yeah. Indeed.
moving the best that particular day or that particular minute, and swap between tokens. So you'll be able to have a portfolio of multiple tokens. And right now, we're doing everything over 1 week. We'll do that for the first few tournaments, and then we'll let the community again decide: is 1 week the right time frame for a trading tournament? Should it be longer? Should it be shorter? If you do player games, you could do it an hour of trading for a player game, or you could do it for a year. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You basically set the time frame you like, but a weekly tournament sounds about right, as we're starting off, because it gives everyone the opportunity. Even if they miss the first day, you've still got 6 days to catch up with trading if you want to.
What I'm blown away the most, Gary, is the large pot of prizes that you're offering. How do you maintain, a consistent manner of 10,000 H bar and prizes given away weekly?
Well, that's a good question. So I've been trading H bar since 2018. So basically, this is coming out of my personal stash of
Wow.
H bar. So and I can keep that going for a fair while. But at some point, obviously, we've got to get either some sponsorship or some revenue on the
Yeah,
platform. I can't keep doing this forever. But for now, I'm trying to grow the community. It's all money coming out of my personal pocket, and I'm happy to do it to try and help grow the community, get
of course.
people interested, push some HCS transactions through the network, and make everyone feel good about what they're doing, have fun trading, and everyone's winning. Even the network's winning on this, because we're going to push some HCS transactions through the network. So we'll keep this going as long as we can. And then at some point, we'll have to kind of flip the switch, and people are going to have to start paying for those
Of course.
GCT tokens, and we'll make some money. But I think what we're going to do is, at some point, the GCT token has to transform into like a platform token, to really build the community.
Yeah.
So the thought process there right now is, engagement on the platform is what's going to be rewarded with the platform token. So the more you use GCT on the platform, there will be a pool of platform tokens that will get distributed to those wallets that have used GCT the most on the platform. So you're basically earning, it's a play
Yeah.
to earn kind of philosophy there. But then anyone that's basically buying GCT on the platform, which right now is pegged to the price of H bar. So one H bar translates to one GCT token. So you're paying about 7.5 cents. What we're going to do, because HBAR was actually over 10 cents when we started developing the game,
Yeah.
is give 10 cents worth of the platform token to every GCT that's actually purchased on the platform. Because if you're giving us HBAR, that's basically money, it's revenue for us. We're giving it back out in prizes, obviously, but but that needs to be rewarded at a
Yeah.
at a minimum dollar for dollar basis. So you'll get 10 cents of value once we drop the platform token for every GCT token purchased on the platform.
And just to clarify, the GCT token stands for Game Credit Token, and it
Right.
also
Yeah.
all you need is one token to play in each tournament, correct?
Correct. Correct. So yeah. So think of the game credit token as like an old arcade token.
Yeah,
You know, like you buy it for like 25 cents at the arcade. You put it in the machine, but once you leave the arcade, it's not really worth anything. So
of
we
course.
don't anticipate that GCT token ever being traded on an exchange. The platform token will be.
Okay.
So right now, your GCT, its only value is in gameplay on the platform where you can win the prizes, obviously.
Yeah.
And to the extent you do use it on the platform, you will get credit for the later airdrop of the platform token.
Nice. That's very exciting. Tons of information we've already dove into. I'm curious to know now, Gary, is there any educational resources or features that you plan on providing to help, users improve their trading skills and understand the crypto market entirely?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to be doing is looking to partner with education. Yeah, as you say, educational resources that really help people understand how to trade
Yeah.
because it actually is a skill,
Yes, it is.
and that a lot of people are afraid to delve into. What this platform does is allow them to basically um, trade, essentially for free, but basically those skills, hone in on those skills. And we will, as we launch the full platform, there will be resources, whether they're sponsored resources or just links to third parties. We haven't decided yet, but absolutely we want to collaborate with professionals in this sector to help people basically improve those trading skills that they have. So we want everyone to make money, and if the market's rising, everybody should be making money. Right now it's kind of like a tough few days for HBAR
Yeah.
holders right
Yes.
now. But if you look at our leaderboard, we've still got guys that made over 10% in 2 days. It's incredible
Impressive. Yeah.
how these guys actually know what they're doing. And and it looks like they've made a lot of trades as well. But they're timing the market well.
Very, very fascinating, and it's cool to see people already actively engaging with it. I like to
Yeah.
look at trading kind of like poker. They're both skill based, even though it can be considered arguably not necessarily as well skill based as most want to seem. I mean, with crypto specifically, it's so volatile, it almost seems like it's too easy and it's not necessarily skill based at all. Especially when people get those 100% returns in, less than 24 hours. And then their parents at home are like, how'd you make this money so quickly? And they're just blown away by the factor of how volatile this market may be. And so it
Right.
almost doesn't seem real. Too good to be true almost.
Yeah, but doing that on almost anyone can do it, once or twice. But doing it on a consistent
Exactly.
basis, that does take skill. And it comes down to how, like, really understanding how crypto markets trade
Yeah.
and where they get their value. And it's not like the stock market because you take meme coins as an example. You say, like, what's the value of a meme coin? What are you going to do with it? Well, the value is the brand and the community.
Yep.
That's what gives these meme coins value. So if you're following the community, you've bought into the brand, you can trade these based on sentiment, and
Yeah.
that's what drives crypto markets more than anything. As an HBAR holder, I always believe the utility is going to come eventually, but we're still a long way off for
Definitely.
having real utility that's going to generate enough transactions to give HBAR value on a standalone basis. It is still retail buyers and sellers and the community that maintains the price of HBAR today. And that's likely to be the case for, I think, another year or two. And again, that's one of the reasons for this game is to get the retail buyers of HBAR together. We will have chat rooms on the platform as well, by the
Very
way, so
exciting.
that people can communicate. Because it's all about building community.
Yes.
So people can compete against each other, talk to each other while they're trading, and hopefully bring in people from other communities that will basically see the platform, get interested in HBAR, and buy HBAR, help support the price of HBAR. over the next year or two until that real utility demand kicks in.
Nice. Yeah, with meme coins, it's all perceived value until it's not.
Yeah, but I think they have brand value. They
Yeah, yeah,
really
that too,
do,
indeed.
and they get that from the community because they have huge communities. Some of these meme coins, and then
Yeah, they
yeah,
do.
we're kind of sitting here in our H bar Hedera silo, feeling jealous. Like, how do these coins get such huge demand
Yeah.
and valuation? Is through community. So, and that's what we need to try and do in the H bar ecosystem is bring people in, and we've got to give them something easy for them to associate with and fun to associate with. So if they can trade their favorite token on trade games, win some prizes, they win, Hedera wins too, because they're pushing transaction value through the network and they're growing our community too.
Hedera is almost like it's too easy to onboard onto the Hashgraphs network because of how frictionless, seamless, and everything else that goes into Hedera. It's almost like people kind of fond away from that because of how seamless and easy it is. But it's
Right.
nice to see new ways to onboard users onto the network and expand the entire ecosystem entirely from the ground up, especially with what you're doing specifically, where you're putting forth 10,000 H bar minimum a week just for these tournaments to improve the network, to get users engaged, and to really, cultivate a form of culture around trading on Hedera specifically. I'm curious to know, how'd you cultivate your team for this? Obviously, you started with the vision. You're an experienced trader of the past and of the present as well. But what went into acquiring the right group of guys
Yeah.
or the right team to build
Yeah.
out this platform entirely?
Right. Yeah. So that's a great question. So yeah, being an accountant, I'm not a coder. I'm not a
Of course.
developer. So I had to basically bring in a team of people
Yeah.
to do the real work. I had the business plan. I had the financing to get to our beta version, but I needed real professionals that could build this. So for me, having been in the Hedera ecosystem for a long time, it was relatively easy for me to reach out, and the team I reached out to was LimeChain. They've been core developers on Hedera
They
for
have.
many years, and they were the team behind basically the development team for the HeliSwap DEX.
Right,
Which,
yeah.
when that came out, I just loved the user interface on that. The colors were cool. It was easy to use, and at that time, Source of Swap was the only competition. So it was a real nice new DEX that I liked. So I'd always had LimeChain in the back of my mind as being they're the kind of team that could run with this idea, develop this idea for me. So they are my technical partners for the project. They've done a lot of work on this, and I think they've done a great job because we've got the look and feel of a real exchange. And they've done a lot of testing for me as well on this. So yeah, I was just the idea guy, for the platform. They've done all the work.
It's what it starts with, though. It starts with is a simple idea, and it turns into everything it is today. And it's incredible to find the right group of guys and the right team to help cultivate this idea and bring it to life. Looking ahead, though, Gary, let's close things off with on the right note. What do you plan on, releasing within these next few years to come? We can start with months, build our way to years. Obviously, you're in the beta version of the game right now. But what can, holders, new users, anybody interested in Trades Game expect to see over these next couple months to years?
Right. Yeah. So as I say, so we're starting right now. We've launched the beta version of the app.
Yes.
We're going to try and raise some additional monies um, because our goal right now is really um, attracting new community members to the ecosystem rather than a having a profit goal.
Sure.
I'm going to try and raise that money privately. Um, then release a new version of the app, which will hopefully have the mobile
Yeah.
functionality, chat functionality, have the rating system on there, the ability to trade multiple tokens. So then people have an idea of what the finished product will somewhat look like. And then once that's released, then probably go out to the community, because then the project is de-risked a lot
Yeah.
for the small investor. Raise some additional money there, and then do use that money to integrate with like some of the dexes like Saucer Swap and Helioswap, and then we can trade HTS tokens on the platform as well. So it's that's a little extra for the community, and then do the airdrop of the platform tokens. So ideally, by the end of this year, we'll have a fully functioning platform trading HTS tokens integrated with multiple Hedera wallets,
Nice.
multiple dexes, and have all the functionality. That's the goal by the end of this year. Obviously, raising some additional funds to get us to that kind of phase 2 level. Don't really know how long that's going to take. We're going to start that once we get a little bit of traction on the
Sure.
platform, and then in future years, why not trade stocks on the platform as well? Integrate with
Yeah.
stock exchanges and have the rating system not just for crypto trading, but you can have a separate rating for stock trading as well, and take it there. So that's probably down to like 2025 next year. But yeah, for now, it's really number one priority: get some traction on the site,
Definitely.
which makes it easier then to do that second round of financing privately, and show that with the continued growth there is that potential for profit down the road.
Yeah.
But as we release the second version, then it's really getting the tokens out to the community, platform tokens, have everybody incentivized, and the way the platform tokens would make money is during gameplay, as as money is spent on the actual platform, then some of those platform tokens would be burned. So it has a deflationary aspect to that platform token, so the value should go up over time. But we want to
Impressive.
de-risk it as much as possible for
Of
the
course.
retail investor, because this is all about retail, basically.
Yes. I'm very happy to hear that, and it's
Yeah,
nice to see more people interested in focusing specifically on retail. As the Hedera retail community, in my eyes, is a very strong, very powerful, very intelligent community, and we just need a little more of a boost in this
right.
community to really push us over the edge and really see that growth that we've all been waiting for many,
Yeah,
many years.
absolutely. Yeah, and that's the goal here: is that the retail community to come and join us, play the
Yeah,
game. You're adding HCS transactions, you can't lose, and when it's ready to raise some money from retail, I want them to feel comfortable that if they're putting their hard-earned money into a platform token, that it's going to have value. The last thing I
yeah,
want to do is like try and raise money today from retail, and then the platform, because as you're building out the platform, yeah, every builder knows is like you have a budget, you think it's going to cost X amount, and it ends up costing twice as much and takes
yeah.
twice as long. That's the last thing I want to do. And have the pressure of losing money
Of
when
course.
I've raised it from retail. So I want to try and de-risk the platform as much as possible. Have it gets a steady user base or a growing user base, and then that's the time to go and raise money, and people can see what they're actually getting into and understand what they're getting into. So it's not a pure startup by the time I raise money from the community.
Not bad. You're a very smart man, Gary. And it's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Well,
I just
thinking
want to
about
clarify for everybody
as
else
I said,
tuning in.
I've been moderating
Of course.
Telegram chats for 6 years now, and it's a thankless task.
Yes.
Tell me about it. So it's I'm all about the community. I want to grow the community, and that's the biggest frustration that I've experienced is
Yeah.
that we haven't had enough new community members come in to Hedera. People come and
Uh,
go, and we've lost a lot of people over the years.
yeah.
That were true H barbarians. That they haven't seen the growth, they haven't seen the increase in value in the price of H bar, and people have given up. So I want to try and get the community together, grow the community. Hopefully, this platform will do that, especially when we get the chat functionality. We'll get the expanded player profiles, so everyone can say what their favorite coins are. We can have competitions for like Dogecoin versus SHIB. Yeah, we can do so many things. If you're a football fan, I'm a big Leeds United fan. You have Leeds United fans against Man United fans in player games. There's so much we can do on the platform,
Yeah.
but just to create, it's kind of like a family environment, and that's what Hedera is. You kind of think of our ecosystem and the community as its extended family. And that's what we want to grow. We're all passionate about Hedera. We want to grow it, and hopefully, touch wood, this platform will allow us to do that.
Most definitely. Me personally, Gary, I'm a Liverpool fan, and I got one question for you. I
Oh,
got one question
my
for you.
nephew's a
Do
Liverpool
you
fan,
think
so I have to live with that.
Do you think Wrexham will make it to the Premier League someday?
Oh, never.
I've been watching their
They
documentary
might
a
be on
lot
TV
recently.
more than Leeds United next season, but
Oh
yeah.
my, you're right.
You know what Bournemouth did? So yeah, if 10 years ago, who would have thought Bournemouth would be in the Premier
True.
League? So it could
Good
happen.
point.
Maybe Wrexham will one day.
Yeah, indeed. Well, Gary, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. This is the very first episode of the TateOnChain podcast, and I'm glad to start it out with a great show. If you
Great
enjoyed
talking.
today's content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And Gary, if there's anything else, by all means, share it now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you have a great day, Tate.
You too. And we'll talk
Thanks.
very soon. Peace.
Ready to transform your learning experience? Step into the future with the Learn to Earn platform on Hedera. Choose how you learn. Academic books in hard copy or NFT form. That's right, NFTs. Whether you prefer the traditional feel or a digital interactive journey, the choice is yours. Dive into the NFT, not just for the book, but for all the tools you need for success. Download the book, access tests, all within a seamless, immersive interface. Forget traditional logins. Simply scan the QR code, connect to our platform, and start your Learn to Earn journey. Pass your tests and watch your success turn into real rewards with Gcoin, our exclusive digital currency. Imagine learning at your own pace, acing exams, and reaping tangible benefits. It's not just education, it's a transformative journey towards success. Join the future of learning at gilmore-estates.net. Scan, learn, earn. It's that simple, and it's revolutionary.